4K, 1440p, 1080p, 720p. We are comparing resolutions. We're not looking at performance. We are looking at the difference in quality between those different resolutions. So get the biggest screen you can and let's go. So here are the different resolutions lined up. Can you see a difference? I think you can see a difference. It depends probably what screen you've got and what resolution you're at. But for me, the 4K is clearly better than the others. And also you can see clear scaling as you go up from 720p to 1080p to 1440p. But don't worry if you can't see a thing on this. We've got more zoomed in detail to come now. Okay, so we're going to look at resolution just using the images as well. Here we go, 720p, 1080p. Big difference in pixels. 720p is about 0.9 million pixels. 1080p is just over 2.1 million pixels. Can you see much difference? Maybe not at this zoom, depending on how big a screen you're on. Remember, big telly probably is the best thing to view this on, but you can see when we zoom in, massive difference in quality between the two. Let's keep going higher and higher. So let's move this to 1440p. And again, can you see the difference here? I think there's something, if you look at the text here, I think you can see a bit of a difference. But again, if we zoom in, both pretty good. But yeah, 1440p definitely gets at the medical unit text there, much easier to see, and just the general pixelation all over here. Again, not surprising. And then finally, let's have a look at lovely 4K. So, can you see the difference? It's 1440p, that's 4K. I think actually in this one, you can see the jump. So 1440p is about 3.7 million pixels, 4K is 8.3, and I think you can see, actually, even at this scale, you can really see that 4K, it's just amazing. And then again, zoom in, and I mean that, you wouldn't even know that image is zoomed in, I don't really think. Look at the crispness of the medical unit text, look at, just look at everything, and it looks like that's just 100% zoom rather than zoomed in at all. It looks amazing. Back to some video examples. First up to 720p, obviously a complete blurry mess. If you're looking at this on a big screen, it's not going to be good. 1080p again, obviously, still 500% zoom. It's to be expected. 1440p, again a big improvement over 1080p, but then really when you go to 4K, like we said before, it looks almost as if it's not zoomed in at all. It's so crisp. So what to make of all this? Well, obviously 4K is better. That wasn't news to anybody going in, but hopefully through the different comparisons you've seen, you've been able to see the difference. Obviously zoomed in, but even if you're on a smaller screen or you've got a lower resolution, hopefully some of those images or videos will have shown you that there is clear scaling as you go up to 4K. I've said in this video, or the title of the video is, you should play in 4K. Now, let's just caveat that. Obviously, to play in 4K at this point in time is a hugely expensive endeavour. I'm not playing in 4K. I've got a 1440p monitor. I've got a 4K TV downstairs, but I don't normally play Stasis on that at all. But to actually play in 4K on a 4K monitor, probably want a high refresh rate one, and then have a graphics card, in this graphics card climate, with all the prices as they are, to have a graphics card that will play in 4K, to have all of that, it's almost, you have to be significantly wealthy, or you have to have significant spare cash to be able to do that. And most people will not be in that case. If you are, amazing, go for it. I would hugely recommend playing 4K if you can afford it and it's not going to ruin the whole of your financial existence. But for the rest of us, I think really the point of this video is that it's a goal. It's a long-term goal for most of us, I think, is to get to a point where you slowly upgrade GPUs and slowly upgrade monitors, and then eventually I don't know, for everybody it's different, but the time scale will be 5 years, maybe for some people 2 years, so maybe 10 years, that eventually I think when this game is actually really worth playing, which you could argue that it is or isn't right now, but when it's really hitting its peak in however many years, if you could be playing 4K, you should, because it is stunning, it's incredible, and obviously the graphics are only going to get better in the game, and the technology is going to be pushed further and further, lighting, everything will get better. So if you can get there, it's a long-term goal to go for, but
You'd hope that GPUs obviously will come down in price, and more GPUs will be able to run 4K, and also monitors, they will come down in price as well. Good 4K monitors will drop down. They're really expensive right now, but eventually they will be available for mere mortals like most of us. So there you go. That's that video. If you like this more kind of technical look at Star Citizen, subscribe, like the video if you've liked it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.